many generations usually live under one roof in your country? Yeah, so my country is very traditionally, very typical conservative. So I would say the situation here in terms of multi-generational families or multi-generational living, co-living is kind of the situation that you would have had in the Western world maybe 80 to 100 years ago. Because living in like a typical multi-generational home where you have grandparents and you have, the family and you have the husband and wife, you have the kids, sometimes you have aunts and uncles as well. That kind of thing was actually common all throughout the world. Now, it's still fairly common, although not as common as it used to be, let's say 20 to 30 years ago. So, when I think of people my age who, marry and have children, they normally just live in nuclear family setups. But then there's also still a lot of, surprisingly, there's still a lot of people like my coworker back, like this was from, I don't know, 10 years ago. Uh, we live, of course, well, yeah, of course, she was my coworker. We lived in the same city. But she was like maybe just a few years older than me. But she lived in this huge like she had her husband and of course her in-laws and then her husband's grandparents as well. And I thought, wow, that's like a lot of people. Like the way like I grew up being a single child, an only child, and just my mom and dad, and it was great, So for me, it's a little bit weird, but for most people, actually, it's still very, very common. But whenever I come across a story like that, I don't know, I find it odd. I find it surprising because I'm not used to that, right? It's very different for me. So yeah, most people probably live with like, I don't know, two generations or so. Yeah, it depends. It depends on whether they are urban or rural, if they are, wealthy or not so well-to-do. Yeah, lots of factors.